What's up with it, Brody?
I'm good. What's up with you, bro?
Shit, I'm chilling, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling good. No complaints at all, my guy.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, let the people know who you are.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the streets know me as Raz, a.k.a. R3Teezy, CEO of R3 Entertainment, R3 The Movement. Let's go.
Yeah. Now, I done heard a lot about you, man. I heard a lot of stories about you, man.
Right on.
But, it's one of them sayings good to hear it for the take from the horse's mouth.
Right. I feel you on that. Yeah, what you heard?
I guess we always all talk about it, man. I'm going to ask you the question, you're going to validate it.
All right, that's what's up.
But if you just start from the beginning, she was born like late 70s, early 80s?
Late 70s, 77, October 16th.
Yeah. How would you describe St. Louis like during the 80s?
During the 80s, it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It was peaceful. That was like a little bit before all the pistol playing, all that came in. So you had to be good with your hands. So it pretty much was like on some neighborhood stuff back then. You get caught on the west side, you from the north side, you got a knuckle up type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like it was a little more better than what it is right now because people knew how to be men instead of reaching for guns and doing the coward stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yep, it was better back then.
You mentioned like it was before, like you said, the gangs, I would assume.
Pretty much just neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? That was before the Crip and Bloodin came to St. Louis, which hit like around 87. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I turned 10, everybody was active on some different stuff by then. So, yeah.
Now I heard a lot of stories. Me being young, I was born in the 90s.
Right.
I heard a lot of people, they saying, it was Colors just came. They played the movie Colors and it just changed the whole city, changed the whole world, but predominantly here in the city.
Right.
Do you think that was the thing, or do you think it was before Colors?
It was like a part of it. It was a part of it as well because, like, my older homeboy named G Nut, may rest in peace, he was from 83rd and he moved from California and moved down to St. Louis. And that was around 87. You know what I'm saying? And that was during the time Colors did come out. So Colors did have a big impact on it as well. You know what I'm saying? But like, just like my neighborhood and a lot of these other neighborhoods out here where I come from, a lot of these neighborhoods was started because older guys from California came to the city. You know, they was bringing money to the city. And, you know, they started having guys that gravitated towards them. And that's pretty much how those different neighborhoods and stuff started here in St. Louis.
Yes. Now, prior to the gangs, it was with like the Thundercats.
Yeah,
like
you
JBL Posse.
Yeah, you know, I can go back, you know, because I'm really like a part of the first generation of everything that took place here. You know, you had like back during those days, you had Laclede Town, which was the Thundercats. You had the West Side, I think it was the West Side Mob. Then you had us, which we were the North Side Gangsters, NSG. You know what I'm saying? You had the Switchblade Sisters, you know, and you just had different areas, man. And different fractions in those different sections all end up being a part of something else further on down the line. Yep.
Yeah. Do you think like with the LA gang culture coming to the city that like shifted things, or you think like the violence was kind of the same? I'm speaking as far as like with the murder rate, because I heard a lot of stories like what you saying, like I guess it got its first introduction in like the 87.
Around 87.
You know, I heard like a lot of people who was involved in the streets during that time speak about like the 90s, early 90s being like the worst time in the city.
Yeah, see, like I'm saying, once the time started to progress, 90s was like early 90s was one of the worst years that I've ever witnessed. You know what I'm saying? And I got caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? At the age of 15, I got shot. My cousin, he got shot with me. He died in front of me. He lost his life. You know what I'm saying?
At the same time?
Same time. He was right there with me. Me and him we were the only two people who got hit in the shootout. And me and him was actually fighting. We didn't have weapons, but it was gunfire exchange between, you know, people who were with us and the other people. And me and him got caught in the crossfire, and me and him both got hit. He lost his life. You know what I'm saying? So I end up bouncing back, recovered from that. And then the following year, You know me, I was one of those little young guys who like to hug the block. I was really active for real. You know what I'm saying? And sure, as soon as I healed and got myself together, I got popped again. I almost lost my life. That time I got hit in my stomach, hit my pancreas, my spleen, my liver, my kidney, and my lung. You know what I'm saying? I nearly passed away from my injuries.
I'm sorry, cut you off. Like, what was the time frame?
Man, that was pretty much, man. Like as soon as that was like, man, that was probably like almost a year later. Like almost a year later, I got popped back to back. You know what I'm saying? And that was like really like a wake up call for me, because I was so thirsty to be in the neighborhood. I would have my mom to take me down to the city every day, to drop me off in the city just so I could be in the neighborhood with my peoples. You know what I'm saying? I even called my school bus down there. And after I got popped the second time, my mom was like, you know, I'm not finna be the reason of you losing your life. So if you're gonna come down here and lose your life and get shot and killed, you find your own way down here. So after that, you know what I'm saying, I kind of fell back, regrouped, and started rethinking things. And that's when I started hanging more out there in the county versus hanging down in the city on a daily basis.
Yeah. We get into that. Well, I'm gonna go back to what you were saying. You were saying at the second time you almost lost your life.
Yeah, I almost lost my life.
I would assume the first time, not to laugh, but I would assume the first time.
First time I got hit in the leg, it wasn't as severe as the second time.
But still, it's an attempt. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it was an attempt. It was an attempt of time.
The second time you say you almost lost your life. Why was this time different? Like just because of the area you was hit in?
Where I was hit at, and I got hit in my lung, and my lung was filling up with blood. I was drowning on my own blood. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I knew something was going on because I couldn't breathe. So it's like my entire life though, it's like I've trained myself so I could be prepared for a situation like this if one ever occurred. And I sprang into action, and it's like I automatically knew what to do. I took small breaths until they got me to the hospital. Then they ended up cutting me open while I was on the gurney and forcing tubes down into my lungs because I had so much blood and stuff on my lungs. But, you know what I'm saying, by the grace of God, I pulled through. You know what I'm saying? Which let me know that I have a bigger purpose in life. And that's what I've been doing ever since, man. I just been striving for excellence, greatness, you know what I'm saying, and just trying to get myself together so I can have a legacy laid out for my children once they get older. That's what I'm on, bro.
Well, the reason it's crazy to hear that because it's like a similar situation happened with me, but it was like the other way around. I got hit same spot, but it didn't pierce my lung, but it grazed it though at the same time. I still got the bullet in my back right now. It didn't come out.
By the grace of God, you all right.
And the second time I got hit in my leg, and like you said, in the same year.
That bullet, it'll come out though. You know that, right? I cut mine out myself. I'm being real, bro. I got 1,000,001 stories and no cap in them. You know what I'm saying? The bullet eventually came to the surface 2 weeks after me coming home from the hospital, and it formed a pus bump in my back. I cut it open with a razor blade and pulled the bullet out with a pair of tweezers and kept it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You still got it?
Nope, I ended up losing and my house got kicked in. They took it in the kick in. Yeah, they took it in the kick in. Yeah.
How early on would you say you jumped off the porch? I'm sorry.
We didn't have a porch. So I've been active my entire life. I grew up in the 4500 block of Garfield. From there we moved to the 4500 block of North Market. And you know, me and all of my friends, you know, our parents pretty much let us do us. You know what I'm saying? We governed ourselves and watched over ourselves. And so I never was on the porch. You know, at 10 years old, I was fully active. You know what I'm saying? At 10, you know what I'm saying? I was already a part of something. You know what I'm saying? I was already up under guys who was teaching me how to be a little more, you know, to move,
street smart,
you know, a little street smart, move a little better than I was moving at the time. Yeah, and, you know, I thank all of them because to this day, I'm still using everything they taught me.
Now, you said at the age, I just wanted to talk about the age of 16, you got shot that second time. Like, what was your mind frame after like surviving that?
After that,
like you said, especially after talking to your mom and her, you know, getting into your head like, hey, you need to change your life.
Man, And my way of thinking after that, it was like, for real, I was born none after that, because I was just like, at a point in my life where I was like, I refused to ever feel the penetration of a bullet again. So it just made me move differently, had me on point, you know. Yep.
Now you said when your mom spoke to you, you started hanging out more out in the county in Green Valley.
Yeah.
And it was around about was age 16, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I kind of did my research on you.
All right.
I mean, like I said, this is the part where I heard the story.
Oh, man, fire up for this.
He said, I got to fire up.
He would you here.
But no, I'll let you tell it. Like I said, I'll let you tell. I'm going to ask the question. You just speak about it.
All right.
Like allegedly, well, it's documented anyway at this point. Can't even say allegedly. They, well, allegedly, it's still. You say, fuck that.
What you tell, allegedly. It's still allegedly, because you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit these people, because a lot of things these people force you into pleading to, it be goddamn me like you don't want to plea. But when they got you hanging by the balls, letting you know if you go to trial and lose, you finna face life, you'll be like, fuck it, I'm gonna take the plea and we get on up out of there type shit. But yeah, allegedly, a lot of the shit that they was talking about. But what you heard though?
Allegedly,
what you heard?
They documented you as a gang leader of the Green Valley gang. But then you was sentenced to 22 years.
Yeah, they sentenced me to 264 months, and then the next day I went to the state. I got sentenced to 2 10s, a 9 and a 7, and they took one of the 10s, the 9 and the 7, ran it into the 10. Then they took that 10. They took all that and ran that into my 22 years. So the state judge looked out for me, you know what I'm saying, and ran the time concurrent to my federal time. So I ended up finishing up my state sentence while I was in federal prison. You know what I'm saying? I 12-12 my bit while I was over there. Yep.
Yeah. Now, no, that was in the past. We're speaking in past tense. And just going over what's been documented in the was on website. You know, people can Google this. You know, allegedly they were saying you had at least, 20 people coming to your home.
Yeah.
Basically, they were saying you was a leader of a drug
operation and all that. Yeah. And for the record, you know what I'm saying, there was never an operation. You know what I'm saying? That's federal. That's Fed talk. They're gonna when it comes to the feds, however they narrate that motherfucking write it up, that's what you are in their books. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never had an organization. I've never ran an organization. You know what I'm saying? So that right there blew me the fuck away. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by like certain shit. Once they write it down and jot it down, bro, that's who the fuck you are in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll threaten you and try to make you go to trial because they know that you're going to get fucking life sentence, spend the rest of your life in trial. So they know you ain't going to buck on them. So me, I was just one of them niggas that was like, all right, I'm in my early 20s. They got me at 25. I had just turned 25. So when I did the math, I was like, I'll be home early 40s. I can do it. So I took the plea. But yeah, they let them tell it I was the leader of a drug organization. They said I was the leader of the Green Valley Crips. They said that I possessed firearms during the time of my conspiracy. They said that I was a manager of a drug conspiracy. They claimed that I had ties with the California Crips. They claimed that I allegedly had kilos of cocaine coming in from the California Crips, which is all false information. I've never in my life had no fucking ties with no California Crips back then. I didn't know none. It was different when they sent me to jail because now I'm in prison with them. Now I know them, but I didn't know them back then. And this was just all the type of false allegations that was used against me to make me look larger than what I really was. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I was getting money, but the way they had me laid out, it was like I was like fucking Big Meech's little brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I was Big Meech's little brother or something. You know? And you know me, the feds was on me. They claimed they was watching me. You know what I'm saying? Got locked up, took my time. They shipped my ass away. And I stayed 10 toes down, bro, and did my motherfucking time and straight came back to the crib, bro, and ain't looked back since. You know what I'm saying? And I did 16 years and 3 months. You know what I'm saying? In federal prison. And I started off in the state prison. I started off at Potosi. Started off at the death row prison. I stayed there 2 years. Left there, went to Charleston, another level 5 state prison with all the fucking killers and the people on death row. All my friends are people on death row with life sentences and shit like that. All my big homies, all my OGs, every motherfucker in the joint. So when I went to the joint, it was like the fucking carpet was laid out for me for real. You know what I'm saying? So I heard stories about a lot of people who say they had hard times in prison and shit like that. I can actually say I really didn't have one. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a nigga with a name. So motherfuckers respected me the day I stepped foot in prison. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to stand on my own. Anytime it was a situation, I got down. You know what I'm saying? So name was fucking 100 in the joint. So I went there, did my time, and came on home. And like right now, a lot of people ask me, like, what type of advice can I give them? You know what I'm saying? Because motherfuckers be like, hey, bro, it look like you're doing pretty good for yourself. What advice can you give me? You know what I'm saying? To do better. And I tell motherfuckers, like all my homies that been to the joint, I tell them, think like we thought in prison. Because in prison, bro, you at the fucking best when it come to thinking and processing shit. You see everything clearly. And that's pretty much what I've been doing since I've been home. I think like I thought in prison, and it's been working out for me.
Yeah. And when you, like you said, what you mean by like think like you thought in prison?
Because when you in prison, all your thoughts are purified. You ain't thinking about nothing but the good shit that you want to do when you go home. You thinking about locking in on everything that you want to do in life and executing it. And when I came home, I kept that same mind frame. And that's what I've been doing since I've been here. And I've been doing nothing but exceeding in life. You know what I'm saying? And I see the growth, and everybody around me see the growth. You know what I'm saying? I only been home 5 years, and I'm doing excellent. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think like, could they say prison is supposed to be
A reform?
Yeah.
For some people it is.
Yeah. Do you think
I'm one of the people who went in there and used that time to reform myself. Prison didn't do it, I did it though. Mm-hmm. I just had idle time on my hand. And I did. You know what I'm saying? And it worked for me.
Yeah. Now, you said earlier, like prior to the conversation we just got into now, you said earlier you was getting money.
Yeah, I'm getting some paper. The streets know. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing I don't got to brag about. I was certified. I was stand for real. Way before going to prison and stuff like that. You know, 21 years old. All these little cars, these dudes driving right now, these 70 Cutlasses, these drop top Skylarks. I had all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And the streets vouch for that. You know what I'm saying? Seeing money that, just like on some real stuff though. When you get to dealing with that black stuff, you know, back when I was out there getting money, we was selling tall. You know, once I got to doing that, bro, I just seen the type of money that I never saw before. So there was a lot of money in it. You know what I'm saying? Would I go back to doing it again? Do I glorify it? Never. I would never touch it again, my guy. Yup. It's too much good legal stuff out here to get some paper on.
And that's why I'm going with the conversation. Yeah. Like looking back, you know, you had all the money. Do you think you did like right with the money? I asked you that.
No.
With the amount of money, especially with your mind frame you have now.
I didn't have the knowledge back then. I didn't have no big homies that was in my ears teaching me nothing about my credit or an LLC. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't even teaching me about bank accounts or nothing. You know, because everybody from the hood. You know what I'm saying? But now I done came home. But now I know the corporate side of things. You know what I'm saying? So if I would have had the same mind frame I got right now, bro, I would have never went to the feds, and I'd have been filthy rich by now.
Like you said, you see like the younger guys out here, you know, driving cars and living a lifestyle that was, you know, you was used to living back in your younger days.
Right.
Would you say that you have any regrets or that you feel like you wasted your time doing that? Or was it worth it, all that time?
It wasn't worth it. Because at the end of the day, when you go to prison, man, you know what I'm saying? They lock the door and give you that sentence, especially when you get the type of time I got. When you get sentenced to the amount of time I got sentenced to. I'm talking about, man, your thinking process changed instantly, bro. Because you looking back and you like, damn, I did waste my time. I wasted my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurting my mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurting my siblings. And then me, I didn't have any biological children. So I was kicking myself in the ass. I'm like, here it is. I was out here putting all this time and energy into the streets when I should have been putting it into my woman, trying to lay down and burn me some children. You know what I'm saying? Bring some kids into this world. Because once it was time for me to go, you know, the feds, they gonna take everything. You finna have to spend all your money on lawyers. You know what I'm saying? You finna have to fight and tussle with these girls over these phones. You know what I'm saying? Everybody finna run off with everything. You know what I'm saying? So you be looking at it like, damn, you kick yourself in the ass like I straight wasted my time.
I was just gonna ask you, how was that support when you got in there?
Man.
Like, you know, some people, they rat it out for a certain little bit, then...
Man, I had the best support system in the world, bro.
That's good.
I'm talking about best support system, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about I got homies, man. Like a lot of people wouldn't even know. These guys sit down and write letters, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I respect these dudes because these dudes did my entire prison sentence with me. Sit down, write me letters, put money on my commissary account, come to visit me. Anything I needed done, they handled it for me. You know what I'm saying? And then it's my family. My mom, bro. I'm talking about superwoman. She come in, she don't care where I'm at. She traveling. I let her come see me at every prison I ever went to except for Colorado, because it was too far. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to be selfish. I had my mama coming all the way up there just to see me for a couple hours, so I ain't let her come. But outside of that, my mom came everywhere I went. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you're going to have females jumping in the car. They jumps in the car like, you know what I'm saying? So somebody was always there.
You know, after sitting for 16 years, like you said, you had a lot of time on your hand to reflect back on things, I'm sure. And like you just also mentioned, the plan, what you're going to do once you do come home. You released, around
March 2019.
19, yeah.
Yeah, I've spent 5 years now. Yeah.
Yeah. How was that first day, you know, that first day coming back home?
Man, the first day, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I got picked up from Marion Federal Camp. Was able to straight just walk right off of prison premises and hop in the whip. You know me, I went straight to the mall. Fucked them all up real quick. Pulled up on one of my younger homies at Foot Locker, bought me some shoes and stuff while I was there. Took some pictures and stuff with him. You know what I'm saying? After I got myself together clothes-wise, I just went on to the crib, bro, and just sat back and got my thoughts together. You know what I'm saying? Because after being gone for so long, bro, it's like you don't even really want to step foot out the house for real. So it took a little while for me to get back used to, you know, moving around a little bit.
You think you was, they call it still institutionalized?
I ain't gonna say institutionalized. I just was to the point where I ain't want to be around nobody though.
Yes.
You know? Yeah, because it's kind of, you gotta kind of like get the feel of who you are again. It's different in the joint, because in the joint you gotta be that person who you are in the joint, but out here you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta be among society.
Among society, you gotta adjust. Yeah, so it took me some months. I adjusted though, and once people got to being able to bump into me, nobody could tell I had been to prison.
I think first time I probably ran into you was at the Eyes. They got like a little performance spot in there, the M Double show.
Yep, I had performed that day.
On me, yeah.
Yep, I performed that day.
I was recording for him that day. I just thought about that looking back.
Yeah, I performed that day. That was a nice little performance too. Yep, shout out to M Double too. That's my homeboy. You know, I rocks with the South Side.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know, going back, you know, to you coming home. How was, like, especially with you being gone so long, how was that adjustment to like technology and everything?
Yeah.
Facebook, social media.
I'm still adjusting. You know what I'm saying? I was able to have I was able to get a head start though. Once I made it to the camp, I got a cell phone. So I was able to see what Facebook was. You know what I'm saying? Because I had never even seen what Facebook even looked like. But they gave me a furlough when I left from Colorado, transferring down to Marion. So I had my peoples pick me up. Threw the bus ticket in the trash can, jumped in the whip, rode back to St. Louis. I had like 10 hours before I had to go turn myself back into the next prison. Because on the bus trip would have took longer. But I got in the car with my people and we drove straight here.
You can do that?
Yeah. I wasn't supposed to, but I did. So I came to St. Louis, got me some pussy, you know what I'm saying, for the first time in all that time. Kicked it with my peoples. Pretty much was like a party, bro. And then they drove me and took me to prison, dropped me out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But coming to the crib though, bro, like I said, it didn't take long. I adjusted. And like I say, motherfuckers can't tell I've been to prison. You know?
Now, do you think, well, you already said that, I ain't gonna ask you, like, as far as following through with your plan, I see it, you living it, man. Living it.
I've been following through with my plans, bro. I done started multiple businesses, bro, throughout the years, multiple LLCs, and I've got the companies that I make them work for, I make them run, you know what I'm saying? I did the Airbnb thing, successful, became a super host in like 6 months, you know what I'm saying? All out of town clientele, you know what I'm saying?
How did you get into that?
Actually, I just said I wanted to do it and did it. Had an extra property and did it. You know what I'm saying?
Renting it out.
And just did it just like that.
Up.
Just like that. You know what I'm saying? And the house is beautiful. So once I put it online, it did numbers. Just instantly it get booked. You just get booked. They book all slots and that's it. And then like on the weekdays, people I know if they want it in St. Louis want it, I let them get it.
You have to have no paperwork and then like you just signed up.
Yeah, you put it up on the Airbnb website. Everything is it goes through the website. You know how we post on Facebook?
Yeah.
You post it on the Airbnb website.
Like
your profile, yeah.
Yeah.
And once it goes on there, everything goes through them. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how soon did you get back to the music coming home?
Oh man, as soon as I got out, no shit, I probably recorded the next day. And that's something too, bro. I still got all that music, bro. All unreleased music from the very first few days I got out. All unreleased. Yeah. Yeah, I love my music, bro. I be wanting to do it a little more. But you know what I'm saying? I got business and shit I'm running right now. So I record and drop a song when the fuck I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got all the shit that the rappers got too. Shit, I got the fucking foreign cars and the big ass $500,000 crib and I take the fucking vacations and trips and I got it. Everything that another motherfucker got.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's today's world. Yeah, you got to
utilize social. Yeah, you got to show it. And I'm one of the people who don't like to show it. You know what I'm saying? I live the life, but I don't like to show it.
Type shit, I understand.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, like you said, with you coming back home, you know, getting straight back to the music, like I said, with me running to you at M Show, it just shows like how invested, you know, how invested you are with the music scene, you know, especially with the up-and-coming music scene.
Yeah.
You know, I seen you working with Cry Dying.
That's my guy. Yeah, Cry Dying, man.
Recently passed earlier this year, back in April.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Cry Dying, man. Yeah, a real cool brother. You know what I'm saying? I had met him one night at Fat Buddha, man. You know, I had a recording session going on. And he was walking through my session, heard my music. You know, me and my homeboy, OTM Shrill. He heard our music. And we just got to conversating. We locked in, exchanged numbers. And he became our little brother. You know what I'm saying? We straight took him up under our wing, bro. Anytime it was anything he was finna do, we pulling Bentleys, we pulling the Bentley out, we pulling the Rory out, the Vets, we pulling everything out. And just make sure he get that, you know, he get the look and be able to shine. You know what I'm saying? Because it's his time and we rock with dudes like that.
Yeah, I see y'all popped out with him for that Big 30.
Yeah, Demon Time. Yeah, we popped out for him. You know what I'm saying? I got out the bed for him for that. I was in the bed. You know what I'm saying? As little bro, so we coming. You know what I'm saying?
Love.
Real love, bro.
Real love. Do you remember what you were doing when you heard the news? Like, how did you feel?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You just said that. Me and my wife, we was out. We had pulled the Ferrari out. We was just riding. And it was crazy. We was straight close by when it happened. I was riding and my little nephew, Dominic Youngville, called me and was like, you heard what happened to Cry? And I'm like, nah, what happened? He's like, man, they killed Cry. And I'm like, what? So I instantly busted you. I tried to skate down to his neighborhood, but I only had been down there like 2 times. So I can't even, I'm trying to maneuver and get to his neighborhood. And my wife, she wigged out. She like, what are you doing pulling up over there? They just killed him. And she got the tripping and the argument. you know, she like, what are you going down there for type stuff. So I didn't even get to make it down there out of the respect of my wife that night. You know what I'm saying? But
Understandable.
it crushed me. You know what I'm saying? Crushed me to hear that shit about little bro.
Yeah, good dude, man.
A real good dude.
Good dude, man. No, he's definitely one, you know, a different artist, you know, compared to, not saying I'm not, you know, talking down on, you know, the genre, but like high speed music. I wouldn't consider him a high speed type of artist at all.
No, and he listens too. When I met Cry Dying never wrote a rap. He freestyle every time we go to the studio. Everything we do, he freestyle. So we had a talk with him one day, and we was like, bro, you hard, but imagine what you would be if you put the pen down. You know what I'm saying? If you start writing some shit. Yeah. And he straight started doing it, bro. He listened to us and started doing it. Yeah. He only got to do it for a couple songs before he lost his life, though. Yeah.
R.I.P. Crap, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Cry. Yeah.
What's your thoughts like on high speed music?
I'm saying to each his own. Shit, I'm supportive. I'm a support anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna support you and just talking about you finna slide over here and do this and do that. I ain't, what's that called? Drill music. I don't really support all the niggas killing each other, because I ain't never gonna support nobody killing each other. But shit, if high speed music just mean you supposed to high speed and feel good to it, shit, bro, do it. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I like to drive fast, shit. I got a motherfucker.
I rock with a couple people like you said, but I don't like you said, all the talking about this and then who you slap.
None of that. I don't do that. Yeah, that's why I straight like I don't really want to like. I ain't trying to do songs with certain people because I ain't trying to do a song with somebody who beefing with a motherfucker and all this shit. Just because I did a song with a person, now they think I'm dissing on them too, and I ain't with none of that shit. Yeah. I used to be with all that fuck. That's fuck shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it is.
I'm trying to get some paper.
You gotta get some money, man. That's all it's
get
about.
Some paper.
I take care of your family.
And then I'm sliding around with 2 car seats in the back of my car. I got babies in the car. You know, I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to chase a bag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, to each his own though. You know what I'm saying? But I'ma support motherfuckers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just not when it comes to the shit I just slid on your homie and I smoked them and all that shit. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What advice can you give to a young man who, you know, promoting that or who maybe living that lifestyle to help, you know, that you think could help save them?
I tell them this, man, forget all the beefing, man. Put that shit to the side. Get to some paper, bro. Join forces when it comes to this music shit, because at the end of the day, bro, St. Louis ain't no different from Texas. We ain't no different from motherfucking Atlanta. We ain't no different from these other movements, bro. St. Louis has some talented motherfuckers, bro. And every time I see these guys, if I see motherfucker post their music, sometimes I share it. I'ma like the shit. You know what I'm saying? I say they need to come together, put the guns down. Fuck all that drill music, man, and just come together, man. Let's take over the music industry.
Do you think the problem with, you know, majority of the youth nowadays is like from being born in broken homes or broken families, lack of 2-parent households? Not necessarily, you don't necessarily need that, but just don't even say necessarily 2-parent household, but having both parents in their lives.
Yeah, could be, because I know the way that my kids are coming up, and they both had a mom and you know what I'm saying, father in their lives. Seem like they coming up a little way different than the way I came up without my father being present. You know what I'm saying? So my kids are a little more respectful. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I think that every household deserves a mother and a father, man. And
in a healthy way, though.
In a healthy way. Because I don't teach my kids foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I don't want them to grow up and think it's cool to be disrespectful or think it's cool to flourish, you know what I'm saying, flash guns or just all that shit. Because I didn't do it when I was at a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in my neighborhood, everybody mamas thought I was just a good kid. They didn't know what we had going on.
I was just going to say that, thinking back, like me asking that question, thinking back with your mom, when she questioned you,
yeah,
it was obvious she was a good parent, but was your father?
My father wasn't present. I never had my father left when I was little like him. Okay. And then last time I saw him, I was 12. You know, I hadn't seen my dad in forever. And that was like something that just kept me alive in prison, because I straight really wanted to come home and straight just rekindle the relationship with my father and be in my father's life. And right before I came home, he straight died from cancer. You know what I'm saying? So I lost my old dude. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting his name live on. I had me 2 kids. He's Raz the third. I'm Raz Jr. My daddy Raz Senior. My daughter, her name is Royalty. Her middle name is Raz, and her last name is Jordan. So I made sure both of my kids had my daddy's name. You know what I'm saying? Which is Raz.
With you not being able to, like you said, rekindle that relationship with your father before you came home, do you feel like it's a void there, something you miss?
Nah, we actually rekindled the relationship. I just
Gotcha,
wanted to be
gotcha.
able to physically be there with him.
Gotcha,
Over the
gotcha.
phone, yeah, we did it. And my father, he wrote me too. He straight sat down and wrote me until he died. I got letters and everything too, bro. I keep everything. Letters, you know what I'm saying? He sent me pictures. You know what I'm saying? I just wish I would have been able to see him while I was away.
Gotcha, for missing
Yeah.
all that time away from him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who Dr. Umar Johnson is?
Who was there?
He African, like was like activist, should I
Okay.
say? Yeah, but he had a statement he said about it was viral about black men and black women being born in single mother households.
Yeah.
And I guess it was a debate about how people criticize black women being born without their father being actively in their lives.
Yeah.
And he spoke about, black men not having their father actively in their lives, and how they grow up and kind of be more imitating. They have manly features, characteristics. They are man, but they, like, some of the reactions are like emotional to a certain degree. Do you think that's the case? Like,
Could be. Without having the father, the presence of a man, because like me, I teach my son to be, I don't like him crying a lot. You know what I'm saying? I teach him to be strong. You know what I'm saying? And I think like in a household with a woman, we don't have nobody to teach us to be masculine.
she could try to teach you.
She can try, but she can't. How can a woman teach you to be a man? You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's best that the father's there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that I would say this. I would ask you this. How would you feel like you got your representation of being a man at an early age without your father being there?
For one, I have older brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I've always hung around my older homies. Even when it came to me hanging with my big cousins, I hung with all of my older cousins. So I've always carried myself as an older person whenever I'm around people my age, because I got so much game from the older guys that I was with. You know what I'm saying? So I picked it up at an early age.
I think that's like a lot of young men who have similar situations.
Yeah.
They kind of tend to the streets.
It came from the streets. It came from older homies and, people like that who you had in your lives who taught you how to, you know what I'm saying, move a different way.
It does, but I think that kind of creates like what you now looking back saying like that type of living, that type of lifestyle, that type of character, you can't carry yourself like that throughout life.
No, you
So
can't.
I think that creates like a false image of what a black man is. I just say that.
Yep, I'm going to tell you what helped me out, though, and allowed me to be able to be on both sides. As a kid, my mama took me out of public school. She took me out of Cole Breeden and sent me to Pattonville. So I was out there with all these different nationalities. And I was out there taking all these different classes. And it made me more advanced, bro. So when I left Pattonville, I got kicked out for a fight. I got into it with this blood guy. We got into a fist fight. They expelled me. And I went to Sumner. When I went to Sumner, bro, I was like a fucking Doogie Howser. I was a genius. I was so fucking smart. I was doing all the girls' homework and everything, bro. I was smart as hell. I was just that much advanced. You know what I'm saying? So,
With that being said, like the school system, let's just show you how messed up the school system
how messed up the school systems is, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I had an argument with somebody. Somebody got mad because my kids are in the school out here. Why wouldn't I want my kids in the school? Motherfucker said there's too many white people, bro. I said, this gonna make my kid act white and all this type of stuff. Stop it.
What's acting white, though?
Man,
smart, I guess.
Smart. So I guess I act white because I got sense. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit. That's how you look at it, man.
And I just want to teach my kids not to be stuck on no narrative like that, because that's an ignorant way of thinking. You know.
Most definitely, I'm on the same page, brother. Well, the venture you got, going on outside of music. You
Oh man, like right now, man, I got my Car Carrier Connect. I got my trucking company up and running, man. Finally started getting me some contracts with that. I've been running my van, you know what I'm saying, for the last couple weeks, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. You know what I'm saying, getting my feet wet. Starting, you know what I'm saying, I'm starting myself first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put me some people off in these vans, give me a couple more vans and get this company up and running. You know what I'm saying? Got that going on. I got a movie dropping. You know what I'm saying? We got the premiere coming up next month. I want to say the date, but they told me not to release the date yet. But as soon as he give me the date, I'm gonna release it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But the premiere is coming up next month for sure in August.
That's that Hustle City, ain't it?
Hustle City, man. Make sure y'all go and check it out. We renting out the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be bananas. We got like room for 100 and some tickets to be sold. $20 a ticket. Drinks on deck. Come through and fuck with us. Also got another movie script that I'm working on right now with my partner Ali. We call him Dank. You know what I'm saying? Got another movie script that we working on. You know what I'm saying? We finna start filming that as well. So that's what we doing right now, man. We trying to venture off into the movies. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to look at somebody on the big screen, and who doesn't want to see themselves on the big screen? Because I do.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I know you, like you said, you playing this, during your whole time of being away. Like, to see yourself actually doing it, how's that feeling, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's a beautiful feeling, bro. You know what I'm saying? To like especially like some of the days, man, I pull off and I'd be like, damn, I never imagined me being able to pull off in a $150,000 car just in a couple years after coming home. I knew it was possible though, because I played with money like this before. You know what I'm saying? But not to the magnitude that I'm doing right now. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest with you. I have
taking them, like you say, penitentiary.
Yeah, and I'm not taking no. It feel good, bro. Just to be able to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Hop on a plane, shoot to Miami, jump on a yacht. You know what I'm saying? Just anything you want to do, it feels good to do it. And still to this day, bro. Some days I wake up and I be like, damn, I'm straight. I'm free. You hear me? And I'm living life, and I'm living out the shit that I wrote down. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. A lot of things I'm doing, from the trucking companies and everything, I wrote all this stuff down in prison, bro. This is all stuff I had wrote down in notes, saying I was going to do when I come home. CDLs. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And I pretty much did everything. So now I'm setting new goals. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole new list of things I'm about to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I hope, the young people that's watching this, they can see, man, it might be harder to, do it the legal way, but you eventually get there and get the same results.
Man, you get the same results, bro. Like I tell people all the time.
You gotta stay focused, though.
Gotta stay focused. You gotta stay focused, man. I tell people all the time. I might come out of a gas station, person ask me, what you do for a living? And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? After I give them a breakdown, and I just let them know that I'm doing the same thing you can be doing. You know what I'm saying? I come from the same areas and all this shit as you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up. Shoot for your dreams, bro. Sky's the limit.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Let the people know where they can follow you at, so they can definitely see that movie release day and keep up with the music and other music you got going on.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at yo_dude_TZ3 on Instagram, and you can also follow me at Raz OMT Jordan on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with your boy, man. New movie coming out. Hustle City, you know what I'm saying? Look me up on YouTube at R3 Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with me, man. Follow the movement. Follow the, you know what I'm saying, all my videos. Hit the like button, subscribe. New music on the way. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with your boy, R3 Teezy. Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.